Hi, I'm Maya from Manchester Evening News. We're here outside Selfridges in the Trafford Centre with Trinny London, and we're going to do some festive looks for Christmas. So
I'm proper excited, are you?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so do you want me to tell you what I've decided for you?
Yeah, so what do you think would be good for me?
So it's a variation on your smoky eye stack, but because it's Christmas, I am going to add in a couple of extra stocking fillers on the look, just to like zhuzh it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I thought we'd go for an alternative kind of smoky eye, not your regular black or brown, but do something aubergine, because I think that works really well because you've got flecks of green in your eyes, like a green grey eye that you've got. So I wanted to bring some of that out with some aubergine colours, but then because it is Christmas, we're going to add a bit of sparkle with star silvery eye to eye, and then keep everything else on the pinky side of nude, because that's what works well with your skin tone.
Sounds good.
So just so you got all the info on your match to me colours, your skin, hair and eye, your she is what we call it, is green grey eye, brunette hair, and your a pale pink tone skin.
Okay.
So we're going to go with Lily just a touch and light BFF.
Okay, so anyone who comes to this stand can get
their match to me done, and then that shows the return on that online helps you. It's not a strict box that you have to shop within, but it sort of guides you to what colours are going to work best for you. Without, so it's almost like a computerised makeup consultant kind of thing. So I'm just going to put BFF, which is it's just like your best skin in a bottle. So I'm going to put that everywhere like a moisturiser, so that hopefully we can just patch up the rest. When there's a little bit of redness, I'll put some foundation.
Sure.
But I'm not going to put foundation all over your skin because I just want it to look like skin. Look up for me. I like this because if you're a bit red, if you're a bit grey under the eye, like whatever the irregularity of colour is, it fixes it without looking like a lot of product.
Oh, brilliant. So this is just a cream, is it? Has it got a colour in it, or does it just?
It goes on white. This is going to be a bit pale for me because obviously I'm darker than you, but it goes on white, and then as you rub it, probably better to show on you.
Yeah.
It will go to the colour of your skin.
It matches.
Yeah.
That's so clever.
See? So I do a generous amount of that, like maybe 2 pumps all over. It's got SPF in it as well, which is nice.
It smells good too.
Yeah, it does smell good, doesn't it? Everyone says that. And then it will just fix your little red cheeks, lift the under eye area, and then we're good to go with the Just a Touch foundation. Okay. Then your Just a Touch foundation colour's Lily for pale pink tone skin. And with that, I just like to, on myself, I'll always use my fingers. Sometimes, if a woman prefers like some women like their whole face to be actually covered with foundation, but a veil, like I don't mind that with a brush, but I'll just
this is for more natural skin look.
And then it's like a concealer foundation as well, so we use that under your eyes.
Brilliant.
But I find the product works, it does work best when it is warmed up a little bit. Turn your face to me again and look up. So again, it's just anywhere that's a little bit red. If you've got a little bit of like dark circles, it will work with that. And turn for me again and look up. Right up for me. Yeah, and a little bit on the chin, and then we're done, I think. Then there's everyone has a different approach to the order that they do their face. Some people always start with the eyes. Some people do the eyes with 0 on the face just because they want it kept clean and then apply fresh foundation underneath. My way of working is I always need a bit of eyebrow, I need a tiny bit of cheek shape, maybe even a flush of blush on the front of the cheek first, because it just gives an evenness and a balance, so I can see what I want to do with the eyes and what sort of shapes I'm working with.
And I guess with the creams as well, you don't get as much kind of
You don't get droppage, yeah. And sometimes even if there is like a little bit underneath, you can just smudge it in with a brush and it's like it was a diffused line that's meant to be there. So I'm going to go in with Kate Cheekbones, which is like a bit of it's a scary colour to look at. And at first I think some people find it a scary colour to use, but you know when you try and do contour with a bronzer, especially if you're on the pale side like you are, it just looks like orange bronzer. So this is just designed to look like natural shadow on your face, as if your cheekbone is really that high and sharp. So I just work with it, find the high point, which you can feel is there. There's a little dip underneath, so I start with the product there and just gently and slowly work around the side of the face to come in sort of line with the corner of your eye there, but obviously there, and just fake a little cheek shadow. Again, this was one product that I do prefer with my fingers. I never put this on with a brush. Turn for me. Okay, and then because I already know cheeks and lips to be in the same tonal family so that they don't fight with each other. So like if you had a really pinky lip on and you did like some sort of peach coral, I did the other way around, pinky cheek, peach coral lip, they're just going to sit like they're not supposed to be neighbours. So because I already know roughly what lip I'm going to do, I've already decided I'm just going to do a touch of blush on the front of your cheek before I start with your eyes. Okay, eyes wise, with because you're pale pink tones, it's you sit you're neutral but to cooler colours. So like the sort of oranges and stuff that really suits me is not the best for you, but then like raspberries and bitten berries and stuff is wicked for you. Compared to how that suits me. So you can wear eyeshadows that I actually can't wear, which I love. So I'm going to go with Lovers, which is like a sort of a burnt. It's like it's got heathery, it's got grey, it's got a grey a greeny iridescence, but I just think it's a fun alternative smoky eye, and also, like I said before, with your green, it will bring the green out.
It's a nice alternative to the black as well.
So I'm just going to apply. I'm going to do a wash all over. Base layer. With these, it's best if you multiple thin layers does more than just like bunging on one big blob and trying to get the depth that you want straight away. It doesn't sit right. So it's just sort of gentle, patient, building it up. And then a lot of eye opening in between. So if you open your eyes for me, and close again. And then I find layer by layer, if you apply and blend, rather than sort of doing both eyes, then trying to go back to blend, because it does sort of set a bit and then it won't move around like you want it to.
Right, okay.
Do you do a smoky eye a lot?
I don't personally to myself, because I'm not very good at doing them. But yeah, I've had this done before. When I get my makeup done, it is something that I look to make as well.
So you're more an eye than a lip person?
I'm more a lip person, really. Yeah. Well,
just because that's easier to do?
Yeah.
Your eyes, it's like I'm just working to close for me. It is. I'm working to not go straight along your lash line. I'm just working to sort of fake it a little bit up towards where your eyebrow ends, like we just get a diagonal, so that they're a bit. Think Nicole Kidman. You know, like her shape. You know her shape, and they always do like a bit like that. That's sort of similar to where we're at with you.
That's what we're trying to achieve.
Yeah, because you've got that sort of eye.
Oh right, okay.
Pre-surgery, not you, probably. Look to me. With your eyes open, babe. That's it.
Close again.
So basically, this is just depending on how you feel about doing makeup, either a long, boring, monotonous build-up of colour until you got what you want, or it's actually a really fun game.
Yeah.
Open for me. And close again. And I think on you, look at, open them again. On you, I'm going to keep it quite heavy on the top.
Yeah.
But really not do the whole thing underneath, because I feel like that's what, because you've got a little bit hooded, so I don't want to close it in. I'm going to keep it heavy, cattish, and just clean on the bottom. Okay. So that's where we're going.
Sounds good. Yeah, I don't tend to put a lot underneath.
Do you not?
No, I don't even tend to put mascara, because as you've seen, my eyelashes.
Yeah, you've got like the thickest, longest lashes I've seen for a long time.
Thank you.
Open for me again. So this is all still one colour, just layer by layer, working a little bit extra in the crease.
Yeah.
Doing that little flicky bit, but nothing too organised, because that's not how I am. And then we're probably going to go in with a darker colour once we've got the shape and almost the intensity that we want, because I prefer to get, with our colours, because they're so pretty, I prefer to get as much as I can out of one colour without needing to darken it with another colour. Sure.
So how many colours are you using on the eyes? Is it 3?
Altogether, it's probably going to be 3, but at the moment it's 1.
Yeah, so would you go in with the middle one first? The kind of, because you've got the lighter one and the darker one, don't you? Would you always go in with those towards the end?
No, it depends what, because we're going to do a flash of silver, star, that one. That's almost an add-on. Yeah. So if I was doing just a smoky with these colours, I think I'd just use the lovers and the strength. Yeah.
Okay.
But I always, no, it depends which way around, what kind of eye I'm doing. Sometimes I'll start with the heavier colour first, and then use the accent colour after. Okay. But this way around, yeah, I've started with what's traditionally the mid tone. Let's take it up there, and I'm blending it just your brow bones there. So I just want to fuzz it all around there. If you did this much eyeshadow in a powder, it would have all dropped to shit. Literally your under eye is 100% clean at the moment. Now I'm going to go in with the darker colour, strength. We have to do a C.
Oh, brilliant.
So that's the vibe of all the colours.
That's what we're going for.
So strength with a little brush, really close to the lash line, not too much of it, and then I'm probably going to blend it up a bit more.
And are these colours?
Yeah. Are these colours what?
That are quite in this year or this season? Are they sort of, they work better with kind of autumnal, winter vibes, or are they all round?
I always prefer a smoky. I'm not a big fan of I'm not a big fan of a smoky eye in the summer anyway. I like a lot of liner, like dirty looking liner with a lot of mascara in the summer, but I think it's the autumnal kind of colours, but the silver is like obviously a nod to Christmas, and just picking up on all the sequin, spacey kind of metallics that's going on in the shops at the moment, I suppose. And you could say it's a tiny nod to the 70s. Okay. In a good way, like if you think of the lilacs and the stuff that they would have gone for, it's like a modern twist on that.
Okay.
Because you could take this with the same colours, depending on like how intense you went or what order you used them. You could take this quite far out disco with this palette.
We're just doing subtle disco today.
We're doing like dinner party or maybe a bar disco.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then literally I'm just going to do that, like when you feel, you know, like a little bird's head, when your eyeball feels like, when you feel it right at the top, that bit, just literally there, hardly blend it in, because once you start blending it in, you lose it, and that's just like an accent. Open your eyes for me. Yeah, right on the front. Catch the light. And just funks it up a bit.
Never heard of that before.
I didn't. Look to me again. Yeah, close again. So you want it even. in its placing, but almost like a, it's not quite a stripe, but yeah, unblended. And then shitloads of mascara. Oh, can you swear on the Manchester Evening News? No. A hell of a lot of mascara.
Not 100% sure.
Look down for me. I will reassess the, do I want to put a tiny bit underneath your eyes once the mascara's done, but I think with your eye shape, it's a no.
Yeah.
Look to me again. Yeah, I think it is a no. But if you did want to do it, sort of like with a pointed, I don't like anything too harsh. So like, I don't like it to look like a harsh line underneath. So I'll always take the imaginary line quite wide.
Sure.
And then blend it so that it's, even though it's maybe seems like it's coming out further down under the eye than you traditionally would think it would, there's a softness to it because it is wide and very, very faint and smudgy, that I just, that's how I prefer to create a smoky eye, because I think it gives width and not narrowing it up. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Balance wise, I always would prefer, I always do mouth and then revisit the cheek, because we've already got a little bit of cheek on.
Sure.
So this in my head is going to work. We're going to go with a nudie, but it's a cool nude, which is Eugenie. Yeah. And then I'm just going to hit it up with Maddie, which is a, just take it, it will take it like a touch lighter.
Okay.
Lip glow. So it's Lip Lux Lip Glow. And then I'm undecided, but depending on how I feel and how it looks, we might do the tiniest dab of that in the middle, but only in the middle. Okay. So let's see.
Is that similar with the eye?
Glinda lip light. Yeah, just to catch it, but I don't want the whole thing because that'll just be overkill.
Okay.
All right, so. Well done. Skin tone wise, day to day, this is a really nice nude for you because it's got just enough pink to be rosebuddy on the lips. It's slightly warmer than your natural colour, which is, if you go cooler than your natural colour, is when you know when a nude lip just makes you look washed out? It's because you went like too pale or too cool. But this is just almost like a slightly heightened version of your own lip colour, which is always what I want from a nude anyway. Touch more of the cheek, same cheek, not going to pop it with a different colour. But then once you've got the mouth on, sometimes it can seem like you've got too much cheek because the mouth's not done, and then you do the mouth and it's like, oh actually, now that there's colour there, there's not enough on the cheek. So that's why we start off with a tiny bit of blush, and then it's always better to just add it on. And then we're going to go over the whole lot, not the whole lot of your face, the whole lot of the side with like a oyster colour highlighter, the right light.
Okay.
Just to like marry up. The middle. Starlight. Turn for me. And that, some people like to put it underneath the brow and whatever, but my personal taste is that is 90s in the wrong way. I'll use it sometimes on the forehead. I like quite a glowy look, so I literally the whole lot. But underneath there, I don't know, it just reminds me of Ivana Trump. You know what I mean? So we're going to keep it fresh.
Yeah.
And then I always love a bit of highlighter over a blush.
Yeah.
But non-Tin Man.
For Christmas.
Exactly. Festive. Festive in a glowing, non-glittery way is what we've gone for. But definite nighttime party.
Yeah.
And then just because dancing might happen, a little bit of mattifier. Face finish around the nose. Look up for me, underneath the eyes. And we've got another. Just your hair, babe.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you do it, you're better.
Like a big wave there. No, if we were doing hair,
yeah,
that would be it. And then some kind of embellished dress. Done.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, I like that look as well that you've done, because I never really go for nudes normally. Brilliant. Thank you.
Sure?
Yeah, that's great. Let's go party now.
You used to go Zara, buy that sequin dress.
Yeah, that's a good one.